And that's Quinacridone Magenta, one of my favorite colors to work with. I'm going to put some dark um, flowers and some lighter pink flowers on there. I'm going to put some green though first in the background. So I'm throwing some cadmium yellow in here. And uh, we have some um, ultramarine blue and some phthalo blue. So I'm going to throw that on there. I'm just throwing everything on there. I am very, like, not real formal when I paint. I'm kind of loose. It helps with the fibromyalgia. Where's my rag? I better get a rag out here. Here it is. And it really helps to be that way because if you're not loose and you're tight. So this is my ultramarine blue. This is my phthalo blue. I'll throw a little bit more ultramarine blue in there. And some Quinacridone Magenta to tone it down and make it nice and dark without it being too dark. And I'm just going to use this to put some dark leaves right here. And then I'll lighten it up. And I want to put my dark down first. So how are you doing? Oh, it's acrylic. It's acrylic paints. I've never tried oils. I'm afraid to try oils because this is so easy and the fixes are so easy that I really I'm spoiled to this. I will probably fall in love with oil too if I tried it. But so I'm dipping into my same colors again, varying it a little bit. My ultramarine blue, my phthalo blue, my quinacridone magenta, and I know it's not going to be enough. A little cad yellow, and I'm putting some leaves in here. These are leaves, in case you wanted to know. Oh, so that's what I'm doing here. Nice and loose and easy, and you know when you get up to go to the bathroom or get a drink of water, you can actually stand up after you paint with me. Then I'm going to go all the way down on this end. I just decided to do this just a few minutes ago. I was like, I'm so glad though because I have scheduled events sometimes. Well, not sometimes, but about once a month. And sometimes they're more than once a month because I split the paintings up. And there's nothing worse than having no audio, or audio problems during an event. So this was like, I'm glad it was a caught mistake, and I'm grateful. Brenda says, I'm finer than a frog hair and twice as sharp. Are you from the South, Brenda? By any chance, are you from the South? Just curious. Oh, cracking me up. All right. So I'm gonna darken this a lot right here. Just coming out here. Oh, I want this to look more like. All right. I might use my angle brush a little bit more so I can get more of a leafy look to it. I just want to throw some paint on there first. Lighten this up down here. I think I am going to switch. Use my angle brush. Okay, where are you? Let's see. I was raised by a Vanderbilt police. You are so funny. I'm so happy you joined me because I was stressing out over trying to make that trailer. Oh, you missed that whole conversation I had with myself earlier. Um, I am doing this. I jumped on here because I was making a trailer for new visitors on the channel. And the first one was horrible. And I actually went to sleep with it staying on there like that. So, I don't know. Maybe if somebody thought about subscribing, they probably changed their mind. And then I got up this morning and I'm like, yeah, it's as bad as I thought it was. So I spent all day with bloopers and and then fibromyalgia is a tongue twister without adding any other words. But you add other things in there like family friendly channel and fibromyalgia, and you can't string those words together. So all day I was trying to string those words together, and oh boy, that was a trip. That was really a trip. So I'm going to wet this. I am going to wet this, get my water out here, try not to destroy my computer. All right, now I'm going to add some more, add some white and throw some more colors in there like I want in the background. And just vary it a little bit. But these are the colors I want back here. All I did was added white. So it's a white in the combination of the different blues, the ultramarine blue and the phthalo blue and a little quinacridone magenta. And then you throw some white in there and you get a really soft green. I'm a bit of a color weirdo. So I kind of visualize it as I paint instead of really planning it out. I don't know why it works for me, but it does. So I figure if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just be grateful. So I'm going to add these colors that are drying up on my palette as I speak. I'm just going to add them farther down. And the colors vary a little bit, which is fine. How'd I get that little clump there? I'm going to go down here and add the part that accidentally has a little bit more of a blue cast to it. It belongs here. I did this painting, my little replica of a master's painting, so long ago that I hardly remember painting it. I really don't remember painting it. I mean, I remember the painting because it's right in front of me, but I don't remember painting it that much. But it's the lady with the blue kimono, I believe is the name of it. And has some purposeful brush marks here. So I'll keep those in. Anywho, are you still there? If you're not, it's okay because I am perfectly comfortable talking by myself. If anyone is on here and wants to join me, yay. If you guys are eating dinner, I get that. I think I'm going to have a late dinner now. I'm going to add some more colors on here. Some more cad yellow. And more of my two blues, my phthalo blue and my ultramarine blue. This is my phthalo blue. This is my ultramarine blue underneath. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, I think I'll put some more blue out. Okay. my little heart out. No, I never, oh, I made a mess. I already told you how I am with messes. I never, I can say never. You know, they say don't ever say never. I have in the past used gesso and gessoed my canvas ahead of time, but I haven't done that in a long, long time. Because I feel like I got used to the little roughness of these cheap canvases, and I have issues with um instant gratification, and I just like skipping that step. Little Quinacridone Magenta. I like skipping that step of not gessoing because I get away with it. So as long as I get away with it, I'm happy. A little more phthalo blue and a little more yellow. Ooh, I should use my palette knife because I'm really making a big mess and I don't want to waste too much paint. Hi. Oh, yay. I'm glad you're here. Oh my goodness. I think I mentioned you when I was talking to myself as an example of people do join us that don't have pain and don't have fibromyalgia. So I'm glad you're here. I'm saying that I was talking to myself because yeah, Voitech, yeah. I said I was talking to myself earlier because my audio wasn't working, and Brenda helped me get my audio working. So I'm forever grateful. Okay, so this is a nice color. I finally found it. I found my color. But anyway, I wanted to get my background on here. And I'm varying that. I'm going to have my person, my lady right here. So, yes, welcome back. I'm happy you're here. I'm not going to be on very long today. I'm going to probably do this in 2 different stages simply because I have somewhere to go. And any minute, you know how time goes when you're painting, any minute my husband's going to say, "Are you ready?" And then I have to say, "Yeah, I'm ready. Hurry up and get ready." Well, you know what? You don't have to have fibromyalgia to join me. You don't have to have any pain to join me on YouTube. And to join me in my group, Painting with Fibromyalgia, on Facebook, you do have to have chronic pain. It doesn't have to be labeled anything. It could just be chronic pain from old. Although I saw you, you're not old. You're a kid. Let me see. Oh. So yeah, you definitely don't have to have pain at all to join me here. It's public. It's a public channel. My videos are always public, family friendly, nothing to hide. Sometimes people chat about their aches and pains, but not as much as you would think, you know? Not as much as you would think. So, okay, that's a little splash of color, but it's going to be hidden. It's going to be hidden by my person. I'm going to put some blues in there too, because I do want a little bit of sky. Yeah, it's an old. Do you recognize it? Do you recognize this? I'm wondering. Because I didn't really get started yet, but it does have that old look, which I'm kind of glad. And evidently, my viewers are old anyway, so I'm not hurting anything. Evidently, I appeal to people my age, so I might as well keep working it, right? uh, anyways, yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, your picture. Oh, your picture on your channel. I thought you would recognize this picture. I was getting ready to say, you're really good. I might go grab it. I have to see if I could stand up without standing up in front of the camera, if you know what I mean. Um, that would be a good thing. Throw some more blue in here. I don't want to lose that blue that I had. There. I'll have to show you. Let me go get it. I think I'll go get it, grab it, show you guys what my reference is. But I'm not going to keep it in front of me because I don't like to be tied to a reference. Whoops. Okay. I'll get my corner to be a little darker here anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go get my reference. Here's my reference. Let's see. Let me see if you could see it. All right, you can see part of it. You can't see the lady. So I'm going to bring it down so you can see the top of it. Hopefully I don't get paint all over the back of it. There you go. So here's my reference right here. I painted this a long time ago. Well, for me a long time ago. It feels like forever, but it really wasn't that long ago. And that's what I'm trying to recapture. Okay. So after I paint my background in, I'm going to put her in. All right. So that's that. And toss that to the side. There we go. All right. Need some more water. Okay. And I'd like to paint this part a lighter. Just touch my Quinacridone Magenta. Just a wee bit. And just a touch of white. And I want a lighter, brighter around where she's going to be. So she's going to be right about right about here. So I'm going to paint that in. The one I did before was really a big picture, really large. So I have to scale it down. I'll be guessing, which I'm kind of used to. So this is a copy of totally not a master painting from a master's painting. Oh, goodness. Okay. And I don't want to be too skimpy with the background color, just in case I need it. Just in case. I don't cover the canvas as much with my figure here. Okay. And then I'll have to take this over to this side. See, how much time before my husband comes and gets me? 6:20. Okay, I could do this. So I have to get over to this side and paint this side of the painting. And if I hit those leaves, I'm totally fine with that. I don't want this to be, I don't want that to stand out. I want this to get more muted as we go down here. Get more. Which is working. Okay, so that's working pretty good. Get a little bit more out here. Okay, because I haven't really planned out how she's going to fit in the canvas. Oh, you get frustrated? I used to get much more frustrated than I do now. And then when I stopped being so tied to the references. So you do paint, you know, I know you do a lot of crafts, but you also paint too, right? I'm assuming. Let me see, what do I want in here? I want more of a green. I want more of a dark green. Is it gone? Yeah, there it is. I'm assuming that you paint because it does kind of go hand in hand with the crafts. I'm going to blend that in a little bit. I think I want my ultramarine blue, and I want to get that dark color. Ultramarine blue, touch of phthalo. Yeah, get my dark green in here just back and forth, trying to not lose too much here. Okay. And then, let's see, I like to wipe this off. Oh, okay, so you're not as much into the painting. And you know what? It's funny because I have a harder time with the crafts. Well, I told you about my hangups about getting messy. So I'm going to join your channel a little bit more and try to get over that. Because it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. But I feel like it stops me a little bit from being more creative because I'm more concerned about what's on my hands. I'd love to have painter hands and enjoy that because I love seeing them. But yeah. All right, so now I'm going to put a little bit of a blue in there when that dries. I'm pretty much, and this is going to be kind of a brownish color underneath. So I'm hitting my opposite colors here because I want this bottom part, the ground, literal ground, to be more brown. So I need a little water. Impressionist painter. I give the impression of a painter because I can hold it. Oh, Yeah, me too. I'm a, what's the word? Imposter painter. That's how I look at myself, an imposter painter. Um, anyways, but I kind of, my thing is, if I could do it, anybody could do it. And if you're not trying to be perfectionist about it, you can have more fun. And the thing I love about painting, which I say in some of my videos, it's not like sewing where you have to take it apart. Yeah, that chased me away from sewing, that whole having to take something apart thing. Um, I have a problem with that. Once I put that much time and energy and effort into something, I sure don't want to take it apart. So the thing I like about acrylics is you hardly ever have to start from scratch or redo or start all over again. Once you figure that out, it is fun. A little of that, a little quinacridone magenta to tan that up a little bit down here at the bottom. Yeah, once you figure that out, if you just hurry up and wipe it off if it's that bad, or blend it in or cover it up with something, and I call that cover up job, that works most of the time. Just cover it up, put some more leaves in there, you know what I mean? That's all you have to do. A little more yellow, a little more this color, just in case I don't get her where I want her. So I can have this whole background done. And then besides, I don't want her dress to change colors just because. And I want my brush to glide on here just as easy without all of a sudden hitting a rough spot. So I'm just going to go ahead and color this part in with my greens. And but this is my thinnest layer right now because I don't want to struggle with having lines showing through on my figure, my person, and unintentional lines from the thickness of the paint. So I'm just lightly coloring it in, almost too light. Getting a little carried away with how lightly. Okay. Just lightly coloring this, covering this in here. Um, scrub, scrub, scrub. Why don't I stop being cheap? What are you doing to keep the paint on the palette wet while you're leaving it for a while? Well, I'm just going fast. I'm trying not to waste a lot of paint. This clump is getting wasted. I might scoop it up and put it in a wet palette. But there's nothing more frustrating than doing that and finding that you hardly have anything left by the time you scoop it up, and then what you do put in there dries out pretty fast because of not taking care of it the way I'm supposed to. So that's the story. But I have this wet palette that I could add it to. I'm not thinking I'm going to need it, need that blue anymore. Well, not a lot of it. So not at this stage. I'll need it later. But so I need to just go ahead and scoop it up. Otherwise, I do have a Stay Wet spray and the nozzle got clogged. I also have airbrush medium. I'm not going to show the brand because I don't want to get in trouble. But I have airbrush medium, which is similar to water, but it has the paint polymers in it. And sometimes I just drip a little of that on there to keep it a little bit wet. I don't like to put a lot on it. It makes it gooey because, like I said, it's not like water and it has paint polymers in it. And if you get carried away, it gets gooey. All right, so that's the story. So I did wet it with some of my airbrush medium. And that helped. Otherwise, I do eventually dip my brush in water, but I don't even do that a lot. I really don't, because sometimes it just, I don't know, sometimes it just gets in the way, makes it a little messier. Okay. And then whatever leaves I need to put on here later, I can add later. I'm going to dot some blue for the sky into some of my leaves. So that's that. That's the story there. But yeah, I'm working pretty fast. So with what I have, and as long as you're moving your paints around and you're working with those same colors, um, they don't dry up too fast. But if you leave it alone, you don't touch it, yeah, they dry up a little faster. So it's like stirring it. Anyway, like I said, I'm trying to keep this part as thin as possible without using a lot of water. So I'm probably accidentally lifting some of it up, but I feel like I'm just about done with my background. All right, and I don't know, did you see my reference? Did you all see that? Okay. All right. So that's that. I'm gonna add a little bit of blue. This is dry now, so I'd like to add some ultramarine blue and phthalo blue in part of those leaves to show some sky. I didn't clean my brush off, so it's very muted, but it's not green. And that's the thing. I didn't want green. And I want it muted. A lot of times I don't rinse my brush off because that's what I want. If I mash it too hard, those colors they'll get in there. But just little indications of the sky in some parts, which is fine. And then, like I said, I'll be going back over some of this with my leaf colors. Okay, so I just wanted some sky represented. Just trying to represent some sky in here. Very impressionistic. And I get some sky over here in the background. So that's what this is. A little bit of sky. A little bit of leaves. Okay. Took care of that pretty much. All right. So there's my background. I'm going to dip a little bit into my cad yellow is gone. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. I'd like to put a little more leaves in there now. I'm going to wipe this blue off so it's not so difficult and throw a little more. I put some cad yellow on there. I'm going to put some more leaves in there. Ultramarine blue and this whatever I had on my palette. Wow. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to have to obviously change my palette because that's looking kind of scary. All right. So I'll put a little, ooh, boy. Don't want to get too gray. There we go. A little of this subtle mixing, subtle back and forth, back and forth. Some yellow, subtle mixing. Okay, little phthalo, ultramarine, blue, yellow, and some subtle mixing here. Okay. Use the corner of my brush to make it look more leaf-like. Okay. And it's easy to get rid of the thing that you liked in the so you have to be careful not to get rid of all your effects by over blending, because you want to keep your lights and darks, and it's very easy to accidentally lose that. Wipe this off. Thank you. I'm wiping this off, going into my blue and just getting a little bit more blue in here and mixing it with my yellow, and then calming this down as I go down. Now my yellow disappears because you know how yellow is. It's so transparent, and it just easily blends right into whatever else you're using. So you buy this cad yellow, and it's great color. It's wonderful to work with. But before you know it, it's like, where's my yellow? How come I don't have any yellow paint? So I have like a little bit of a, okay, just kind of back and forth until I get the colors I want in there. That's too muddy. There. Got the mud off. Okay. So now you're not paying attention to down here. You have some leaves, but you're okay. You're not paying a whole lot of attention to down here. All right, that's my background. I'm not going to stay. My time is up. I have to shower and get dressed up in 20 minutes, be done. So thanks for joining me. That was fun. Thanks for fixing my problems, my technical problems for me. It's been real. I'll add some of my other stuff later. I'm kind of glad that I didn't waste too much. So thanks for joining me. It was fun. Okay. What do you call that thing? Okay. All right. See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye. We'll be back with part 2 and part 3 at some point. All right. Thanks a lot. See you later. I'll leave this up. Bye-bye. Take care now.